Hi, Professor Kennedy here. We're going to talk about warehouse equipment, how we can use equipment to help us manage all the things that have to be managed in the warehouse more easily. This is a pretty long chapter, so I'm going to break this video into two parts. So this will be section 5A. The first thing that you need to think through is vertical movement. So we're going to be moving things around the warehouse. We need to get things into the right places. We need to make sure that we have things slotted like we talked about in the past. So we have bathing suits in the front in the spring and in the summer, and we have winter coats in the front in the fall months and the winter months. So we want to make sure we have all these things take movement of inventory. If you don't have automated racking, then you have to move these with a forklift or a pallet jack. There's a video here that you can watch. I won't make you watch it during this video, but it shows you how articulated trucks work. So this will give you a really good idea of how this works. It'll also show you how trucks get in and out when they're in a narrow aisle. And we know that that dock space is very, very prime. So we want to get trucks into and out of those dock doors as quickly as possible because it's much like an inventory turn. The faster we can move those trucks through the dock doors, the more efficient we are and the more we can do per day. Horizontal movement. So we need to get things on conveyor belts. You saw that in that Amazon video that you did your test on. There's lots of ways that we can get these conveyors to help us out, but we also can move that second two top things up there in the orange. So this one and this one, those are pallet jacks. There are all kinds of things that you can put on the front of a forklift if you want to be able to pull a skid at a time, if you want to be able to make sure that you don't have a problem getting something like a bale of hay off. There are things that can go on the front of the forklift that will clamp. There's all kinds of pieces of material that are considered accessories basically to a forklift that make it do what you need it to do. For example, if you work in a warehouse that has rolls of carpet, you want something that'll go into the spindle right in the center of that carpet, pick it up and be able to handle the weight because it's going to be kind of cantilevered. You want to make sure that it will handle the weight. So there are definitely all kinds of different things for different applications within the warehouse. You saw the video, I think, on the slip sheet. That was in one of your assignments. So the slip sheet is something that goes underneath a pallet of goods and allows you to pull the entire pallet out without actually taking the pallet itself. It's good for things that are not too heavy, but that need to be able to be moved around as a unit. There's also a way, a lot of times you'll see things that are on a pallet that have all been shrink wrapped and pulled together. And the way that takes place is that there's generally a machine. You pull the pallet up, you drop the pallet onto the machine, and it does like a merry-go-round. It starts it, and then it just spins and spins and spins and spins, and it may the thing like a giant thing of saran wrap basically, but it's about 3 or 4 feet tall. And so it will cover the entire pallet. What this does is it keeps all the boxes that are loose on the pallet secure, and it keeps the entire shipment together. So we talked about, pallet 1 of 6, pallet 2 of 6. We want to make sure everything that's on the pallet is actually staying in one piece. There are also other things that can connect to the forklift clamps. You can see that they're moving that giant roll of paper there on the bottom. If you're moving something very bulky that's not attached to itself, like for example, tires, things like that, you want to make sure that you have the right accessories for your forklift such that you can move the things that you need to move without danger. If you think about how dangerous it could be if you're moving tires through a warehouse and one of those were to fall off and hit someone or start rolling through the warehouse, damage other things that are on racks, things like that. So we definitely want to make sure you have the right equipment for the forklift. So MHE, material handling equipment, just so you know what that acronym stands for. This is a pie chart showing you what are the lifetime costs to have a forklift or some piece of MHE equipment in your warehouse. The driver is certainly the most expensive part. Service, to make sure that these are continuing to run well, is very important. The truck itself only turns out to be about 10% of the overall total cost of the life of having a forklift, but the energy that it uses, and some of these are electric and they need to be charged at the end of every shift, and some of them are run with LPG, some of them are run with other kinds of fuel. So you need to just think through that the driver is going to be the most expensive part of having this. And so that should tell you that one of the key things that you want to make sure you do as a warehouse manager is that you make sure that those drivers are very, very well trained and they know how to not only safely operate the equipment, but make sure that they're taking care of the maintenance and all the things that, so that you don't have any safety problems, but also so that you don't have any maintenance issues that are unnecessary. Okay, I'm going to stop here and then I'm going to make a second video for section 5B.
Introducing CLASS, Warehouse Design and Simulation Software from Cirrus Logistics, the leading warehouse design tool. The warehouse can be displayed in either 2D or the three-dimensional views. Intuitive drag and drop controls allow you to rapidly begin creating your warehouse design. Warehouse objects can be drawn using the mouse or imported from an existing CAD file. Warehouse-specific objects such as vehicle docks, staging areas, and racking enable you to create a realistic model of all warehouse operations from inbound receiving through to picking and loading and all processes in between. The dock object allows simulated vehicles to access the building for unloading and loading. Powerful tools maximize drawing efficiency and accuracy and reduce design time. Roof panels constrain the height of the building, as this will impact the number of shelf levels you can configure in the racking. Layout object parameters can be edited in either 2D or 3D. CLASS includes a library of images and textures, so you can immediately start creating high-impact 3D visuals. You can easily add images from your own warehouse to the library. Define the types of pallets you need to include in your warehouse, and CLASS will show these in the racking and let you know whether they will fit. The warehouse-specific drawing tools in class make drawing and configuring racking easy. Simply stretch and move the racking object. Then define the parameters such as aisle widths and bay dimensions to configure the racking as you need. View schematics of the racking showing aisle dimensions and shelf levels. All the class screens offer the option to copy the information shown so you can use in your documents or presentations. Racking objects are easily manipulated to represent any racking layout or to try out different layouts. Statistics provide feedback on the number of pallet positions created in the racking. Class makes it easy to configure or reconfigure your racking objects. Here, a different storage area is configured by simply changing the parameters of the existing rack. The class racking object is predefined to include many rack types, allowing you to easily test out solutions using all the main industry standard racking types, from single select, pallet flow rack, to bulk stack. In this example, the rack object is used to represent a grid of roll cages in the chilled room. Warehouse statistics give a breakdown of the different areas in the warehouse and the number of pallet positions. Class is delivered with a library of 3D objects which can be positioned on your layout or used in the simulation. A 3D object editor is included in class to allow you to customize the 3D objects with your logo or with visuals from your own site. The Animate feature automatically creates a set of simulation objects based on your layout so that you can immediately see a visualization of the warehouse in action, and can rapidly create 2D and 3D animated movies. These animated simulation objects can also provide the template to create a more accurate simulation model. Links show relationships between simulation objects and the layout, the docks used, the staging areas goods are sent through, and the storage areas used. With visual links, you can quickly visualize the structure of the simulation. Analytical tools generate color-coded statistics on the volumes in the warehouse based on the data defined in the simulation and the capacity of the warehouse layout. The traffic light color scheme highlights potential problems. Run the simulation to see the action. Vehicles are unloaded to the staging areas before pallets are put away to the racking. In the chill grid, cases are picked from pallets into roll cages. The simulation can be viewed overhead in the 2D view or in 3D. Animated movies can be created using either view. Synthetic picking journeys are generated based on order composition data. Congestion in the pick area is simulated, which can result in reduced efficiency. Once picked, completed orders are taken to the staging area ready for loading. Colored bars and tooltips provide information about the simulation as it runs. See the chilled staging area overflowing? An array of interactive statistics is generated to provide insight into the warehouse operation. Traffic light coloring highlights potential problem areas. You can dive deeper from the top-level outputs to see more detailed analysis. Available reports include vehicle service times. See if you're achieving your dispatch deadlines. Shift usage history. See how well utilized your teams are. Look at the breakdown of time spent against each task in the warehouse. Validate your simulated task rates against your workplace standards. Class warehouse layout and simulation allows you to rapidly create or modify your warehouse design, simulate all warehouse activities from goods receiving through to loading, and create what-if scenarios to test the performance of your warehouse. In addition to class warehouse layout and simulation, Cirrus Logistics offers additional software solutions for the supply chain sector. These include site traffic an extension of class to allow simulation of vehicle movements outside the facility, including entry and exit through gatehouses and the use of parking areas. Cost to serve network strategy supply chain optimization. Minimize the total supply chain cost from manufacturing to distribution and to the end customer. And C-Birth burst scheduling provides a real-time, optimal scheduling solution and a strategic simulation capability for shipping terminals and ports.
Maximum utilization of warehouse space and efficient, cost-effective pallet management at one and the same time. A highly desirable combination, but virtually impossible to achieve. Until now, thanks to the BT radio shuttle system. A shuttle is easily lifted into position using an ordinary forklift truck. The pallet is placed at the pick and drop station. The shuttle is remote controlled by means of a radio transmitter. The radio shuttle is a battery-powered shuttle that works independently in the high-density racking. The incoming pallets are automatically carried to the first available position in the tunnel. The shuttle then returns automatically to the pick and drop station, ready for a new assignment. The system makes it possible for you to attain a much higher degree of utilization of your storage volume. The shuttle can work at any level, the only requirement being that the goods in each tunnel are uniform. A truck is used to move the shuttles to and from the different pick and drop stations. Each radio transmitter can serve several shuttles simultaneously, which makes it ideal for large systems employing several trucks. Deep racking, fewer truck aisles, and excellent accessibility. That is the radio shuttle system formula for success. Let's now take a look at how goods are retrieved in the system. By means of the radio transmitter, the truck driver instructs the shuttle to fetch the first pallet in the tunnel. In the same manner, it can also be instructed to continue unloading pallets until the tunnel is empty. While the shuttle is working away in the tunnel, the truck driver is free to perform other duties. Truck utilization is thus greatly improved. Many companies around the world have first-hand experience of the radio shuttle system and the many benefits it offers. In the Czech Republic, Coca-Cola chose to use the radio shuttle system in combination with floor-level order picking. Their objective was to obtain increased utilization of warehouse space and high picking accessibility. And with this solution, they achieved a natural logistics flow with excellent access for case picking at floor level. JTI is one of the world's leading tobacco manufacturers. For their central warehouse in St. Petersburg, they chose the radio shuttle system for their finished goods section, where a very high throughput and high storage density were essential requirements. Dealer Logistics is a Swedish third-part distributor. When they received a customer contract for a very high-intensity order picking solution, their choice was the radio shuttle system, which integrates a low-level order picking system with a high-density storage system. Above the order picking tunnel, there is space for several levels of buffer pallets. All refilling of the order picking tunnels is carried out from separate truck aisles, while the order picking is done in a separate tunnel which runs through the system. This is a highly effective method of storing high-density pallets close to where the order picking is done. Furthermore, operating large and small trucks in separate truck aisles increases picking efficiency and ensures a safer working environment. Scandlog is a third-part distributor for McDonald's in Sweden. For their cold store operation, they have installed a BT radio shuttle system to increase their warehouse capacity. Among other things, they have installed a shuttle system on top of a raised platform structure. This allowed Scandlog to handle their bread dollies manually underneath the high-density storage system. The storage capacity in their cold store was increased considerably. We have now seen a few applications in which the radio shuttle system has been used to great advantage. The possibilities are unlimited. The radio shuttle system offers you many important advantages. A high rate of turnover, improved utilization of existing storage space, retained accessibility, effective utilization of trucks and personnel, and less damage to goods. Together, these benefits ensure your company a quick return of investment. By investing in a BT radio shuttle system, your company will have the key to maximum utilization of storage capacity, more efficient transportation routines, and a better profitability, now as well as in the year.
The vertical carousel is designed to store a myriad of items, from totes, tooling, reels, boxes, cases and cartons, frozen and refrigerated items, to Class 1 clean room materials, including FOUPs and FOSBs. The vertical carousel consists of carriers or shelves that rotate around a track. The carriers present material to the operator waist high, eliminating all bending, stooping, and reaching. The key to Remstar's flexible design is in the multi-purpose carrier. The carrier is available in a wide variety of heights, depths, and widths to meet your exact needs and future needs. The carousel's controls provide flexible positioning, which will stop at any shelf level created within the system. Shelves can be easily located every 20 millimeters or 0.79 inches and can be further customized by using adjustable dividers. Dividers simply lift and move in seconds. The multi-purpose carrier design allows one or more shelves to be added to best maximize your storage density. One shelf and 2 levels, to 2 shelves and 3 levels, or whatever configuration is needed to meet your needs. Remstar's rollout draws can minimize reach and present items easily for picking. The vertical carousel will allow users to eliminate up to 3/4 of otherwise wasted floor space for more important and revenue-generating functions. Let's look at a room 17 feet wide and 23 feet deep. 24 bays of 4-posted shelving yields 345 cubic feet of usable storage space and occupies 391 square feet of floor space. A 20-foot tall Remstar's vertical carousel in the same room yields 391 cubic feet of usable storage space in only 97 square feet of floor space, a 75% floor space savings. This 75% savings of space allows you to either increase your storage capacity by eliminating moving or expansion costs, or allows you to use this previously wasted space for more productive and revenue-generating uses. Remstar's vertical carousel is flexible to change as your business changes and is ideal for manufacturing, distribution, automotive, pharmaceutical, general warehouse, and retail applications.
The operator inducts a batch into the workstation software and then places one tote for each order below every batch light. The batch light is used to indicate the active order and quantity to be placed in each tote. The operator then scans the license plate on each tote, associating it to a batch light and a specific order. The carousels begin to rotate and positions automatically for picking. When the first carousel is ready for order picking, the light tree next to the carousel will illuminate. The pick lights indicate which carousel is to be picked, the exact shelf level, which cell on the shelf, and the number of items to be picked. The operator then picks the indicated quantity and turns to the batch station. The batch lights indicate which orders require the item currently being picked and how many need to go into each of the active orders. As the operator places an item into the active tote, the Task Complete button is pushed on the batch station. This directs the system to immediately illuminate the light tree for the next pick. The operator's next pick is always from one of the pre-positioned carousels, so there's never any waiting. The entire batch of orders will be picked in a single rotation per carousel. The operator simply picks round robin from all carousels until the entire batch is complete. Once the entire batch of orders is complete, the operator pushes the totes onto the waiting conveyor to the next workstation or to consolidation, then hits the Task Complete button.